Hey y'all, this is ASJ.
Hey guys, welcome to the Power Ranger panel. How's your day been? Lame. How's your day been? All right, today we're gonna have a chat with four lovely individuals. Please give it up for Karan Ashley, Walter Jones, David Yost, and Austin St. John.
What time is it?
Maybe they got some.
Check 1, 2. Oh, hi.
So that was like some intense music for the introduction.
I know.
Was that Star Wars music?
Yeah, it was Star Wars. That was like Darth Vader's music.
Right. Anyway,
Wow.
welcome to the Power Rangers panel. We have Mr. Austin St. John. Yeah. Miss Karan Ashley.
Yeah.
Mr. Walter Jones. And Mr. David Yost. So, lady, gentlemen, I'm sorry.
Ladies.
What are you trying to say?
Gentlemen.
I apologize. How are you enjoying the Alamo City Comic Con so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, everybody here is so friendly and nice, and everybody's been coming to the tables and just giving us lots of love. It's been amazing.
Texas rocks.
Yeah.
Now, Austin, you mentioned you've kind of been a ghost, and this is your first year back in the con circuit.
Yeah, I've been gone since the late 90s. Oh, you were too.
Work it, girl. Work it.
Yeah, I've been gone since the late 90s, and my first convention was Houston this year. And Walter told me while I was overseas that I should come back and that all my fans had grown up. And well, I was sure you had all grown up. I wasn't sure that you still cared, and I am blown away.
We're going to go ahead and open up the floor to questions, so please step up to the mics. I don't know if anybody can see anybody. It's really bright
I
up
know,
there.
right? It's like a blinding light.
Those lights are intense.
Sword on.
That's really bright.
You
All
might
right.
get back there.
I know, right?
Here we go, sir, right here.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi.
I can't see you, but
I
can
can't
hear you.
see you.
It's okay. First of all, Walter and David, welcome back. You guys were here last year for the first Alamo City Comic Con. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
Of course, Karan and Austin, welcome.
Thank you.
I guess my question is mainly for the three gentlemen. Sorry, Karan.
No worries.
But for you guys.
I'll let you slide this time.
Okay. But for you three guys, I mean, let's face it, that's the three original male Rangers right there, guys. I mean.
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
I mean, I guess that's my question for you guys. I mean, I know you always get asked this a lot of time, but what is it more for like knowing that you are the first? I mean, what is it like when people come up to you, or even Rangers that are now, if you see them at other conventions and they come up to you like, oh man, like I watched you as a kid, like, and I was a Power Ranger now too. I mean, what is it like for y'all to be the first three guys every guy wanted to be, basically?
I agree. I wanted to be them.
Whoa.
I kind of got it.
Well, it's been amazing, man. It's been cool. I was waiting for somebody to say something. Like, okay. Yeah, man, you know what the thing is being one of the people, well, being on this group of guys when we started this show together, it's amazing because we have a history together that nobody else can relate to. I mean, we were there in the very beginning. We were there when we auditioned together, we practiced together, when we became better martial artists together. You know, we were there to see everything from the very beginning, from, you know, the things that were not so right and the things that were right and how it got better, and we saw the show grow, and we realized we actually had fans for the first time. It was something we all experienced together, and it's amazing. And then to have other Rangers, it's 21 years now, so to have other Rangers come up and be like, hey man, I'm a Power Ranger, and I'm like, really? okay, what cast are you in? And because I haven't met all of them, you know, but then to have them say that I was a fan of you when I was a kid and now I'm a Power Rangers, it's inspiring for me because I'm like, wow, that's super cool.
And actually, it's 22 years for us because when we started auditioning, it was September of 1992.
That's right.
So it goes by quick.
Yeah, how prodigious of you.
Just to make you feel 1 year older, everyone.
Yeah.
22 years.
That's why we keep him around, just because he likes doing that to us.
Yeah.
Sir?
Thank you.
Great question, thank you.
First of all, awesome show. Now another thing, in the 90s, how was it being a Power Ranger, like walking down the streets and like just going to the mall or the store or whatever it was? Like how was it with the kids and adults and whatnot?
I got a story.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
All right, so I think our second set was built in Valencia, California, which was north of LA. And there was a Wendy's right off the freeway that was there. And I don't remember if I was leaving work or on the way to work, or if I don't remember why I was up there, but somehow I ended up with the ability to leave set and go to Wendy's for lunch. Being the incredibly immature teenager that I was at the time, I probably just snuck off set. But I have conveniently forgotten that. I went to Wendy's and I sat down and I was ordering, I had some sort of salad. I don't remember because I didn't get to enjoy it very much. As I sat down in the corner, a bus, like a Greyhound bus, full of girls from I don't know what school, but they were all in uniform, pulled up. And I remember having the thought, this could be interesting. All I'm going to say is that I had my salad, I had just sat down, they came in, and I realized that there was no way. I was like ninja skills trying to like blend into the tabletop, and it totally didn't work. And they figured it out, and people went bananas, and there was lots of screaming, and you know, all of the stereotypical things you would think from a bunch of teenage schoolgirls. And for some reason, I made a very poor decision to get up from my salad and my soda. And when I turned around and finally was done being mauled,
Girls are tough too. They're rough.
they weren't playing around.
They'll grab you.
It was for real. And when I stood up, I had stuck my fork in my salad. When I turned around, my fork was gone, and so was my straw. Now, for 22 years, yes, I have been asking myself, what exactly are they doing with my straw and my fork? I'm just saying, like there's a line and that one was...
And she came yesterday and made him sign it.
He signed the fork yesterday.
So that's one story. Thank you.
Thank you, good question.
Is that Yvonne?
Yes.
How you doing, girl?
Good, how are y'all?
Good.
Sorry, I'm kind of short.
Oh, is this, you know her?
Yvonne? Oh, we go way back.
Yeah.
Like to Houston.
Hi, Yvonne, how are you?
Well, first I just want to say happy belated birthday to Austin St. John.
Thank you.
And happy early birthday to Karen Ashley.
Yeah.
Thank
Birthday
you.
girl tomorrow, y'all.
I'll be 25 tomorrow.
I'm still 18.
Does David call you all and remind you how old you're going to be?
Yeah.
Probably. I'll probably get a text in the morning.
I usually do, and I usually remind people, I usually put a couple years older.
He makes you older. It's so sweet, this David.
But you know what, no matter how old he makes us, he's always older.
It's true, it's true.
Horrible.
Just want to say welcome again. You guys are awesome. I'm sure you know that. And could you guys morph for us?
Why don't we save the morph for the very end? That way
We'll
we
do
don't
it
have
at
to
the
call 911.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking
Thank you.
the worst question on the planet.
Sir?
All right, I talked to Walter earlier today, and I asked him the same question. But that I'm going to ask everybody is, how's it feel knowing that I just figured it out this morning watching you guys, that you guys are an iconic hero to all kids. My kids, both of them, just absolutely love you. How's it to feel that you guys are their heroes? Real modern day heroes.
I'll kind of jump in on this one. I mean, I don't know that it's still hard to process, you know, because it's been so long. And like you said, you come back and you go, nobody Nobody wants our autograph. Nobody cares, you know, and then you realize how relevant it still is. It's just so humbling and it's just so amazing. And I will say, you know, I tell fans all the time that you guys have restored my love for the show because, you know, it had been a while and, you know, it's just, it's mind-boggling. I don't think we knew what we had signed up for and how big it would be. So, thank you.
Not a problem. I also want to say, Walter, I love the way you dance every time you fight.
Me too.
Me three.
Have you seen a difference in how many people are fans now that the show's on Netflix and you can watch it anywhere, anytime? You know,
Yes, absolutely.
It jump-started everything again. Like, it became, like, #1 all over. You know?
I get confused.
Crazy.
Like, I see the little kids walk up. I've been gone so long. I see the little ones walk up to the table with mom and dad. And my past experience was always to speak with the little ones.
Right.
So then, you know, I go away, I become a medic, and I end up in the Middle East, and I come back, and I'm seeing kids come up, so it's still my instinct, but it's actually mom and dad that are like, no, I'm the fan.
Yeah.
And by the record, he is too, because he just started watching it. So it's, it's a little bit of a mental adjustment for me, I'm saying.
Right, mom and dad are like, no, me. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, so it's great.
Sir?
First off, I wanted to thank you guys for coming back to Texas again. And also, Austin, again, thank you for your services that you do for us. And my question is, out of all, you know, I guess most of the people is superheroes. You're all of our heroes. I was wondering, what are each of you guys, like, who are your heroes? Like, who did you guys look up to, your inspiration back then?
When I was a little kid, I used to love Superman. Still love Superman, but I was a big Christopher Reeve fan of all of those Superman films, and I used to watch a cartoon called Underdog, which I really loved a lot as well. So those are the ones that I related to, and Darth Vader in Star Wars.
I was a big fan.
Darth Vader? I am your father.
Father, are you here? Now, I would say, as far as being motivating in my life, I have to give that up to my family, my mom, my aunts and uncles. You know, they inspired me to be who I am today and the person that I've become. And then if I go to like television and that kind of thing, then I was also inspired by Billy D. Williams, Jim Kelly. I mean, like Jim Kelly I met him not that long ago at a couple of cons last year, and I didn't know who he was at first. Jim Kelly, for those of you who don't know, was in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, and when I was a kid, I watched him in that movie, and I was like, I left the movie theater being him. Wow, you know, it's like, oh, Jim Kelly, wow, right? And so he came to my table one day, and he looked at my photos, and he said, that's a good technique on the sidekick. And I went, oh, you're a martial artist. He said, I'm a master. I said, well, what's your name? He said, Kelly. I'm Jim Kelly. And I went, oh my God, you're Jim Kelly. I turned fanboy. So I was like, wow. And getting to know him and meet him before he passed away was pretty amazing to me. But he was definitely one of the people that inspired me as well.
Yeah, well, if you were at my table at all yesterday or today, you know, Wonder Woman is my favorite. But yeah, and so, you know, being able to do these cons, another favorite was always Nichelle Nichols, and being able to do these, yeah. I mean, I got to meet her and interview her, and so, like, girls come to us and say, oh, you know, I love seeing Power Rangers because I saw someone that looked like me, and I had the same conversation with Nichelle. Like, she paved the way for a lot of actresses such as myself, so, yeah.
I think for me, kind of there with Walt. My parents, my mom was a police officer, my father, retired Marine, his father in the Army, long line of public service, my brother's a Marine. So I had a lot of family influence from very humble people that made themselves available to something much bigger than themselves, if I can make that a word now, themselves. And so it started there, humble beginnings, and after that, man, I had all the cool people. It's like, I am Batman. I mean, Batman rocked, you know, so, but I like Adam West Batman, that's what I grew up on, because I'm so young.
Is that how Adam West Batman talked?
I don't think that's how he said it.
I don't think it was either.
No. But, so Batman, Superman.
Remixing it.
Like I want to take a little bit of something from all of them and make my own superhero, other than my other superhero. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before I ask my question, David and Walter, thank you so much for the pictures and everything, both this year and last year. But my question is to Austin, for my brother. How did it feel coming back as the Gold Ranger instead of the Red Ranger?
Oh man, I had so much fun. I mean, the Gold Ranger, Red Ranger, you know, was the first leader in the English-speaking world. I had a great time. It's near, you know, very dear to my heart. But Gold Ranger, man, he drove a pyramid, like straight out of Egypt. He's like, let me drop Giza on your head, man. Bam. Not Giza, but you get the point. I mean, that was just cool. He got to roll up and, you know, he was the 6th Ranger. I got to play the outside fun guy that couldn't be contained, you know. I got to come in and clean up the mess. I had a blast doing it. It was so much fun. And he had a really cool suit.
Sir? Sorry, gotta get this on film.
And action.
Do you want somebody to record that for you? Actually, you want to do it as a selfie? Record it for
Help each other out.
Perfect, you know, so I can
Fans helping fans.
Become friends.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for everything you've done. Austin, you were always my favorite when I was a kid.
Thank you.
But I guess my question is I've always been fascinated with, you know, TV and film and filmmaking is, what is your fondest memory from being on set? What's the little anecdote that you remember most from the set of the original Power Rangers?
So rude. What do we remember the most? Like fun times, bad times?
Well, just the one thing that sticks out most in your memory.
For me, I just was very happy to be a working actor. So it was just great to get to go to set every day and to go through that whole process. I loved every minute of it, learning my lines, and I got to work with so many cool people. I really enjoyed working with the cast that I worked with because we always had such great chemistry. So for me, it's just being a working actor for the most part, and all the practical jokes that would go on.
We were all so young, so you know, it was like 12, 15 hours in, we were Looney Tunes, you know? It was like hard to even get us to concentrate to finish the scene, more or less. So it's for me, it's too many to count, but I agree with David. It was like the friendships we've made, it's like family, you know? And even these guys, getting to know them, it's like once you're a Power Ranger, you're family. So it's so cool to be at conventions and to work with them now, and it's just amazing.
There's lots of moments that we had within the course of the show. Some of the ones that stick out most for me are things that were unexpected, like that we were surprised to us. You know, the moment we found out we were the #1 show, it was like, we're the #1 show, really? And that was exciting. And then the moment we did Universal Studios and we backed traffic up for like miles and
shut down the city.
Yeah, shut down the city. It was crazy. We were supposed to do 1 show. We ended up doing 6 shows. We filled the theater, and it was like the biggest rock star moment I've ever had. So those kind of things.
I remember, again, I was the youngest and definitely the most immature at the time. I had so much fun with, on set you have something called a PA, not physician's assistant, I'm in the medical world now, but I can't even think of what it stands for.
Production assistant.
Production assistant. Thank you. And we had this one guy there named Nick Kellis. And he was, that guy, he was a wrestler, and I was a martial artist. Walt was a dancer martial artist, and even Jason Frank used to hop in on it sometime later when he got there. And we used to he would come walking down the hallway with his radio and his arm full of gear, and we would all just like jump out and start throwing punches and kicks at him, and it was just like this brawl in the hallway. And I mean, we weren't really hitting each other hard, but we always had fun, and it was just moments like that where, you know, Nick, papers going everywhere, radios, and at first AD is screaming in his ear, "Get the actors to set." He's like, "I'm trying." You know, it was just moments like that I enjoyed.
That I also enjoy watching Austin flip off the mini tramp into the match and like not always getting it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it was in the beginning he was learning. I'm like, David was the gymnast, and so he was excellent at flips. I was learning some flips. I knew how to do a front tuck. That was my specialty. And but we had to practice our back flips and back handsprings, and Austin was so athletic. He could do almost anything, but he was learning to do flips. And so the process of him learning and like going for it, not quite getting it sometimes, was like, that was really fun.
Yeah, I think I might have busted my head once or twice.
But we helped him, and before the end, he was like flipping over everything. I was like,
Yeah, I remember Universal, we had this like 20-foot platform, and I did a full back layout, 20 feet in the air, and stuck it. And I couldn't be more excited, because inside I was like, I can't believe I didn't kill myself. I just didn't tell anybody that.
yeah.
What was your first name?
My name is John.
John, all right.
Thank you,
for your
John.
question.
Very well. Thank you to the band for recording. There you go. All right.
So more phenomenal to see you guys all together once again. You guys had given us so much life lessons from the TV shows and everything. What are life lessons that you learned from each of the characters or other characters that you saw on the television show?
I can throw one out there.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a life lesson, it's more of an inspiration. And I told some of the folks who were in my line earlier, I think all of us hear so often how we inspired you. And, we hear some amazing stories. A guy this afternoon told me that several times he was well on his way to committing suicide, decided not to, because of our show and the work that we did together, how we helped him pull through those moments. And I think something that I haven't stated before today, at least not as clearly as I'm about to, I don't think, is that I was very young when I left the show. I had a lot of growing up to do, and I passed through manhood, into manhood after the show, growing up. And it was you guys and this belief that you guys had in me as children and in each of us that we were, these honorable, amazing people that inspired me, along with my parents, to go into medicine and to take tours and travel to the Middle East and try to live up to this character I had portrayed. Granted, it didn't come with a red suit, it came with camouflage and a rifle, but you guys inspire each of us in our own way too.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to be lost on you. It's not just the other way around. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt like I had something to live up to.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree totally with Austin. You guys give us way more than we could ever give you. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine, to come here to any city and to spend 3 days being told how you inspired someone or how you helped them in some way, how you given them something that was positive in their life that you weren't there for, but when you connect, you can feel it, and that's how amazing that is. It's like, I tell people that know me in Los Angeles, where I live, and that don't go to cons or don't know anything about cons, that when I come to these and I go home, I'm just so happy. I'm like, man, I'm exhausted, but I'm happy because I'm like, man, I just got loved up all weekend, and it was amazing. It was amazing,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I'll just say it's super humbling for all of us, just because we do hear so many heartfelt stories about how Power Rangers affected your lives and how you maybe became a scientist or an engineer, if you like Billy, or a martial artist or a dancer or whatever it was. It's been pretty amazing. So when we hear that, I know that we take it seriously, and it affects us in the sense that we really do step up our game to be better people.
Yep.
So we thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
It's indescribable.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Good question.
Good question.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be this nervous, but I'm super nervous right now. This comment is for David. I just wanted to say that your character was one of the best written for Power Rangers ever. And really,
Yeah,
it's a character, like, from point A to point B, creating Zords, and I wish you had stayed on the show to become the Phantom Ranger possibly and create the turbo powers, because that's, for most of us think it was going to go anyway. But my question is for Austin. when you guys were filming the end of Zio into Turbo, did you guys already know that Jason David Frank and Catherine Sutherland wanted to leave the show? And if so, were you by any chance maybe offered red turbo or blue turbo, or was there any talks about that at all? That's my question.
I had no idea.
Really? No idea?
Yeah, no idea. I mean, I worked with them briefly in Zio, and
So in Zio, did you at the back end, like when you stopped being the Gold Ranger, like towards like episode 50, were you guys already filming Turbo or no? Or that was a couple months later? Do you know?
Wow, that's a long time
I
ago.
know, right?
I've always wondered about that.
Yeah.
Where's Eli? He probably knows that.
Yeah, it probably was. I don't remember whether I did the movie and then the.
Is it possible that it was filmed like concurrently towards the end?
You know, I don't remember.
Okay.
But I can tell you that you're right about Billy being the best ranger ever.
I agree.
Can we get a
Let's go back to that.
Billy?
What is your name?
Luis.
Luis?
Yeah, I message you sometimes on your Facebook, but I'm a super
Luis, hi there.
And I just want to say I love you guys. I love this series ever since I was little. Walking into KB Toys and seeing the 8-inch Rangers and buying them all.
Yay.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Love you. Good question.
Hi. Can I just say before you go that I feel like I'm talking to God, because all I see is this outline with these lights behind me.
Zordon.
Yes, God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
We can't see your face at
Yeah,
all.
it's
like,
just this
nothing.
halo
It's just
effect.
light.
It's kind of crazy. Go ahead.
Hi, me?
Okay, one of you.
Hi, all you guys are pretty awesome. Just want to say that, just fact. What was your first impression of walking onto set and seeing like all those monsters and people in costumes? What was that like?
I can tell you the first impression when I saw it, because I remember first time, you gotta understand these things as big as they look on TV are like, I mean, some of them, I guess 8, 9, maybe not even 9 feet.
Yeah.
Some of them bigger, some a little smaller. But even up close, I was like, that looks like a really cheesy rubber suit. Just saying.
Falling apart, glued, gunned.
Yeah. And you can tell the ones that they had imported from Japan because they looked hurt.
Yeah.
But they were so strange though that it was like, it was fascinating. You're like, okay, that's an eye guy. Wait, there's eyes everywhere. What is this? And they would hang them, they would wear the costumes as the show went, and then they would hang them up in the hallway or the entranceway. And so we would walk into work and there'd be different costumes and different monsters kind of hanging around, and it was just very, very strange to see. It was like some of the monsters we had on the show were very creative. And
Yes.
the Oysterizer, Piggy, and the High Guy. I mean,
They made a monster out of anything. If you had a cell phone, it would have been a cell phone monster.
Exactly.
It was like whatever was around, right?
I don't know
It was
if they
really
fell
creative.
I think maybe they fell asleep the day they made the purse. They ran out of ideas. Let's turn a purse into a monster.
Yeah.
You were never safe in Angel Grove because anything could get you.
All right.
Great question, thank you.
It's all right here.
Yes. First of all, hello again.
Hi. I wish I knew who you were. I can't see you.
I was the person with the duct tape helmet.
Nice.
If that's any recollection. Secondly, can they?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they don't have to do that.
Freestyle with
I know, right?
Closer.
There we go. Yeah, okay, now I see.
All right.
We're
Now I
good.
got a face.
Should I start thinking?
I know.
Everyone is looking at you right now.
Yeah, no pressure.
All right. So earlier I was a bit shy and everything. I'm usually a lot more outgoing.
It's all right.
Like this and everything. I didn't want to come across weird. That being said, what is the weirdest fan you've ever come across? Just, shout out.
Did you just say the weirdest fan?
The weirdest fan, yeah. We can't talk about that. They might be in the audience.
I feel crosshairs on my forehead right now. Like, go ahead, man. Go ahead, say it.
EP, no.
I have a story I always tell about the weirdest fan.
Please. Which one is it? Go ahead. Yeah, tell us.
So I was at a con, much like this one, and a girl came up to me and threw her jeans down on my table and asked me to sign her jeans. And I was, okay. And then as I looked closer, I could see that she had peed her jeans. And she must have taken them off, and I don't understand what was going on, but she had brought them still to me wet, and had asked me to sign them. And I signed them.
And knowing David Yost, they had to hose him down with antiseptic after.
That is why Billy's the best ranger.
I wouldn't have signed
A note to the fans, Billy will sign your wet jeans.
Yes. Don't bring them to my table.
I'm sorry, David will sign your best jeans. I apologize.
PB jeans are welcome.
I didn't want to embarrass her and like make too much out of it, but it was really gross. You know, there was no denying what had gone on, and but you know, so I signed up for her. She was sweet, but that was the weirdest experience I've had.
I had a fan that actually we probably all have, but we had one fan that was in the Guinness World Book of Records for most autographed tattoos, and so he came to our booth and we had to sign his body.
Yeah.
And then he went and got it tattooed on his body, and I've seen him afterwards, and that's my name. I'm like, I'm living forever on you, dude. That's cool.
I can't believe that. I know, yeah, that's crazy when people tattoo themselves, tattoo your signature. Yeah.
I've seen some pretty crazy tattoos too. I think it was at Dallas Pop Expo, I think. And this guy came in and his entire back, I mean, he was not a little dude. His entire back, from the neck to his butt cheeks at the top, was my morpher with a Tyrannosaurus in it. Wow. And I remember my jaw dropping. I'm thinking, number one, that thing had to have cost you, I don't even know how much, because it was in color. Number two, ow.
And how much did that cost? Like, that's expensive.
Yeah, and then he had me sign his arm and he was going to get that tattooed. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Henry.
Henry?
Good question, Henry.
Thanks, Henry.
He's going to find you, Henry.
Yeah, he's putting your name on the list of...
Mental note.
Mental
All right,
note.
sir?
Oh, hey guys, nice to meet you. I was hoping to see you guys earlier for the photo op, but unfortunately I broke. I was able to get your autographs, but Stanley costs a lot of money, and so I hope you guys come back and I can meet you guys again. I hope they got to make a Power Rangers VIP package. That's what we want.
I'll tell you what, brother, I'll be in Laredo in January. I look forward to seeing you.
There you go. Me too. I'll be in Laredo.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I think we all might be there.
You coming to Laredo then?
Sweet.
There you go.
So my question is, you of course and Jason David Frank have come back as other Rangers, and I guess it's more of like a fan question. I was wondering if you guys, each of you could come back, what color would you be if you couldn't be the same color? What would you choose?
I'm partial to yellow. I mean, it's like the girls, what are we, yellow and pink? I mean, do we get any variation? We were blue. One person was blue, right? You know,
There was a red one.
Was there a red?
Yeah.
Really? Who? Oh.
She's about this big. That's all I know.
Nice. I think I would want to still be yellow. Like, it's been good to me. I love it. Yeah. I mean, they've asked me back a couple times. It's never worked out, but I you know, if I ever had the opportunity, I would want to stay Aisha and carry that torch.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the same too. I mean, Black Ranger, what are you gonna do? And that's, you know,
Can't beat that.
I think if I were to do something different, I think it would be cool to do like a Two-Face and have like half black and half red or something like that.
Or be like a bad guy.
Yeah.
You're not even a ranger. You're like trying to kill the rangers. That would be.
That was fun.
Yeah. See, we got to do that. See, I would want to do that. Who doesn't want to kill the rangers at some point? They always win.
We'd always have a headache.
Great question.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Is he gonna ask the question?
Oh. I'm Mom. I'm the fan.
Hi, Mom.
And my question is for Karen Ashley. After Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, how come you didn't go on to Zeo? Was that a choice you made, or was that like the producers?
Well, it was just the producers and I had a, you know, it was business. I mean, I would have loved to do it, and I was told I was going to do it, and I had, yeah, they told me and they lied, let me tell you. And led me into it, and it just got all, you know, the next time I went to set, that was the last day. So, but yeah, I mean, it was just something we had behind the scenes going on.
Their loss.
Thank you.
Yep. Business.
You're welcome.
All right, last question.
Hello. As everyone has stated, you've been inspirations for so many people who have gone on to do things like science and martial arts. I remember me and my brother watching the show, and he was actually inspired to go on and try to do karate because he wanted to be a Power Ranger. Of course, he eventually stopped because as kids we have short attention spans. But my question was, how much like physical training and martial arts training that went on through filming?
I trained like a demon. I trained constantly, especially just before I came back as Gold Zeo. I mean, in the beginning of the series, we were filming so much.
That was training.
we actually, though, we did enough stunts without helmets that was pretty intense training to begin with. I trained my whole life before the show, and after I left as Red, I had a couple of years, and I trained hard, real hard. And you see a significant difference in me between Red and Gold, and I had a great time, but I know everybody did a lot.
Yeah, we were lucky because back in our day, they had civilian fights, so we did have to fight a lot. So for me, I wasn't a martial artist. So coming on set and standing next to, you know, these guys who, you know, had been fighting or had extensive training, I was very like, I didn't want to be the girl that kind of, you were like, oh, she's not a martial artist, she's a dancer. So I worked really hard with the stunt team so that it looked authentic. And I didn't never claim to be a martial artist, but I wanted to be tough. I wanted my character to be different. I wanted her to handle her own and, you know, get a lot of the cool scenes. And you know, once it started going really well for me, the, you know, stunt director, they would add different things in the fight for me because they knew I could handle it. So for me, it was quite a bit of a challenge. But luckily, I had been a dancer and I could learn choreography, and the way that they shot it made it very easy. But yeah, it was constant. You know, they'd say, okay, you're gonna shoot next, you've got 30 minutes. And I mean, you literally went with the stunt team and you practiced your fight, and then next thing you know, you're shooting. So you try to work as hard as you could.
Yeah, I studied martial arts beforehand as a kid, but it had been a while, it had been a couple of years. So when I got on the show, we had a stunt coordinator, and we would work with him doing things. My martial arts was hip-hop keto, so I had to kind of combine dancing and martial arts and gymnastics all together. And so I would work with the stunt guys to come up with different things. A lot of the stunt guys were specialists in like wushu or capoeira or judo, and so I would work with them, and they would give me ideas of different things I could do and throw it into dance or some gymnastics, and we would work out like when we weren't shooting outside on the mats with a mini tramp or inside in the studio, that kind of thing.
And all I can add is that I was just a competitive gymnast when I was growing up, so that helped me out immensely. And I think the great thing about getting to play Billy was that he wasn't supposed to be the greatest martial artist in the beginning, but as the series went on, you got to see him develop not only as a character, but as a physical man. So that was always fun to work with. I know there were scenes where Jason, the Red Ranger, was teaching Billy martial arts and all that kind of stuff, so I was learning as Billy was learning, so that was cool. So, and that was our final question, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
yeah.
Before we go, where's Luis?
Luis, where are you?
Come up here, buddy.
Luis, there he is.
Luis, you're in trouble.
Since Luis asked the question that's kind of one of those questions that stumps us, like in episode 54, when you were walking down the street, what was it that you were thinking? And we honestly don't know. Come up here, Luis.
Come on, Luis.
So Luis gets it's Hobby Week, and it's Billy, and it's an autographed card.
Give him a round of
And is Henry still in the room? Henry, come up here, buddy.
Henry, give him a round of applause. Henry. You're in trouble too, Henry.
Henry, what do you think you wear, a medium or a large size t-shirt?
Medium.
You get a t-shirt signed by all of us.
So you get a Blue Ranger t-shirt, but all four of us signed it.
Yep.
Because he asked what I thought was the best or most fun question today, which is, what is the weirdest fan experience you've had? So thank you.
Thanks, Louis.
And on that,
There was the morphine thing that we needed to do.
You guys ready to get your morph on?
All right.
All right, man.
Ready? Yeah. Can we do this? Back to action. All right. Backstage.
Whatever you want to do.
I get to be in charge.
You're the leader.
Ready? It's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Mastodon!
Triceratops! Thank you. We love
Come
you.
see us at our table. We haven't met you. We want to hug you. We want to meet you. Come see us, please.
Back at the tables. Thank you. Thank you, San Antonio.
guys.